Star Wars Day, but it's not Star Wars Day because Star Wars Day was May the 4th.
No, it's 25th.
No.
That's the actual real Star. May the 4th is a stupid-ass pun that got turned an idiotic meme that got turned that way by a bunch of corpus jackasses. May the 4th is just ridiculous. But I know
no, it is the official Star Wars Day. I hate to be that person, but
you're being official. I mean offensive. I mean offensive.
Yes, I mean officially offensive. Yes.
Oh my god.
Officially offensive, yes. Trademark.
Well, let's just say there's a comic coming out on the today, this week in comics, and it has the Huntress back, Detective Comics.
Is that a good thing? I don't know anymore when it comes to comic books.
Probably not. Doubtful. Highly does she
doubtful. Look like the Huntress, or does she look like Birds of Prey Huntress?
I will let you guys decide.
She wears a garbage bag, probably.
No, she doesn't. No, she actually isn't. She's not showing any skin, but she has her belly at least showing. Yeah, the Batman.
So it looks somewhat faithful, just a more conservative.
I don't trust covers anymore, especially on.
Well, yeah, don't trust the cover.
Well, no. I'm just talking about the cover. I don't know.
No one's ever trusted the cover.
You know, I can I ask you something quickly? Does this look infected to you? Because this has been growing on the side of my thigh ever since I had that slice of cheesecake.
No,
like it's talking to me. It keeps asking for more cheesecake. I'm gonna call it Frank.
No, that's just you. It's just you. It's okay.
What are you talking about with us?
Oh my god.
Don't moan in my ear. What the fuck is that?
I got a new the Snowball Yeti mic, right? So it picks up everything. Sorry. It's even on low gain and it's just like
it's all right. Live. Oh no.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Comic Book Roundtable.
No.
Clobberin Times! Like Steven Seagal! Get my pies out of the oven! Get my pies out of the oven! 24/7 fusion! Battle Angel Eris of Chaos! The one, the only, Stone Loki! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Comic Book Roundtable!
my pies are out of the oven.
Welcome back to the Comic Book Roundtable.
The Roundtable.
Roundtable! Round like Fat Steven.
Oh, it's so round.
If I could flip you off with this avatar, I would.
I bet you would.
I would.
Before we get started tonight, though, I want to give a big congratulations to Eris of Chaos for hitting over 400 subscribers on her YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Eris.
Yes, indeed. Yeah,
I did it.
Hey, way to go.
You did it.
I did it. Yes,
Ooh.
yes. I finally unleashed my whammon powers, which means everyone comes towards me and my subscriber count. So, yeah, I did it.
Congratulations from
Why in the fuck? Why? Why would you do that to my eyes? I didn't need that. What's wrong with you? Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Yay!
Congrats.
424 subs and growing,
Oh,
says Chris Persia.
Hell yeah.
Yay! Thank you. Thank you.
Way to
can finally
go. Way to
unsub.
Yay!
If I had a skull with what's her name from Ragnarok, Hela. I'd use it,
Hela.
but I don't.
How dare you
How dare I
not know
not
who
have
Hela is? How dare you forget her?
What's her name? Gila?
Hela.
Sheila?
You
Hela.
sure?
Hela.
Don't ever call me Ella.
You're not. He's much more attractive than you. I don't think I could confuse you two.
Okay, Chris says he wants to call my growth on my leg Bert or Ernie. Thank you.
Yes.
The same amount of size fireballs, yeah.
Bert or Ernie. Nice.
Oh.
Who are we missing today?
We're missing 24.
Yeah.
24. He's a reprint, by the way.
Did he seriously find someone and he blew it up? Is that what happened?
I blew it up. Blew it up.
Blow
Yeah,
that
he
shit up.
finally blew that shit up. There he was.
Blew that
Oh,
shit up.
man.
But how are you guys doing? Do you have a good weekend? Good week so far? I know everyone's been really busy.
I'm alive. I survived last week. I was so sick. So incredibly sick last week.
Loki 5, I'm alive.
I'm alive now.
Feeling better now, I hope?
Yes. I my lovely illness. I have no idea what it was, but it peaked on Thursday with a 101.3 degree fever. It was fun. So much fun. I couldn't move. I literally couldn't move from my bed because my muscles wouldn't work. They were.
Damn.
So I was literally a potato. Just a potato on the bed. Couldn't move. So yay, I'm alive. I live.
Alive. Johnny 5 is alive.
Pat S., the answer is that robot is from the original BBC version of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. In addition to being Star Wars Day, it is Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy Day. And that's Marvin.
It's not Star Wars Day.
Does he have a speaking spell on his chest and two
Yes.
Fake Star Wars Day.
Your
Not real
plastic
Star
pal
Wars
who's fun to be with. That's the real Hitchhiker's, not that garbage movie, by the way.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I've read the
hate
book or
flow.
seen anything involving the Hitchhiker's. I think I saw a commercial.
Maybe
That's the
if
extent of that.
Maybe if we look in the mirror and we say that 3 times, he'll appear.
I have a mirror beside me. I don't want to
Blow that shit up. Blow that shit up. Blow that shit up.
No. You got to put a scantily clad woman on the screen and then say it 3 times. I think that's the key.
Hold on, I can somewhat accommodate.
No. I don't. I am no.
Blow that shit up.
No. No.
It's Towel Day, that's right.
It's Towel Day.
What
Really
is the
gotta know-
fucking Sal Day?
That's
Did I
from
miss
Hitchhiker's
something?
Guide. It says,
Okay.
if you really got to know where your towel is, that's the same.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Fish, yep. Life, the universe, and everything. The restaurant, the end of the universe.
The answer is
42.
42.
But what's
So
the
is that where
question?
the 42 thing came from?
What
Yes.
the hell does that mean?
Yes,
42.
that's 42.
What do you mean 42's the
42. I think the problem is we've never really known what the actual question was.
The answer is 42, but we don't even know what the. Okay.
That's right.
What the
It
hell?
was, we spent 7.5 million years trying to figure out the answer, but they didn't know the question.
We also have another big congratulations celebrations. Loki is going to be in Fortnite, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my
Loki
God.
is going to be in Fortnite. He is now sold out to the island of Fortnite. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't actually sell out, but he is going to be in Fortnite. We tagged him this morning in it, and he's not going to acknowledge this, and he's currently looking for a new Fat Steven.
There's more than one?
Yes,
Oh, no.
we multiply like rabbits next to
An
any type of buffet.
infestation. Oh no. I'm just imagining Fat Steven just
Like the
munching down on
adipose.
food and it just Fat Steven starts
Adipose.
just popping out.
It's like the adipose. And I even have visual proof he's going to be in Fortnite. Because when does the Loki series drop? I actually want, is that 8th? It's dropping?
That's in the beginning of June, and I'm debating about watching it because I have
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
But
You said you weren't gonna watch. Make up your
no.
mind.
I said I
review it.
wouldn't review it.
Right.
I never said I wouldn't watch it
Well, then why are you watching
you
it
go.
if you're not gonna review it?
because I want to know the subject matter
it's
if it
Loki.
does come up on someone else's channel.
That's
The
fair enough.
problem is they've already said, and anyone who was arguing about this, you're busted.
Hey,
They've said
I had
they're
hope.
going to be dealing with multiple alternate versions of Loki.
Oh yeah, no, I knew that. I just didn't think they were going to.
It's not going to be Tom Hiddleston Loki. It's going to be Kid Loki. It's going to be Femme Loki. It's going to be all
No.
these different
It's not
Lokis.
Femme Loki. No, you're Loki's Loki. Okay, it's Lady Loki. She's
Whatever.
badass. No, don't whatever me.
Whatever.
It's gonna be a blonde, skinny ass rail of a thing that has no ass, no tits, looks nothing like Femme Loki from the comic.
No. Femme
And-
Loki is
no.
very curvy. Okay, Lady Loki, very curvy.
No, it's not Lady Loki. It is skinny as a board. No, nothing.
Yeah.
Jodie Whittaker, whatever.
It's Jodie
Jodie
Whittaker.
Whittaker.
It's Jodie
Yeah.
Whittaker playing Loki.
It's like, oh great, a mediocre looking blonde woman.
Oh god,
That's
she even
like-
says, "But I'm an upgrade. I'm out."
Yeah, I'm an upgrade.
upgrade.
No, you're not, and no, you're not, because Tom Hiddleston is damn. Okay, and you are bleh.
$20. I'll put $20 on the table right now for anybody on this panel at the moment.
Oh, no,
24,
I'm with you.
24 is screwed because he's not here. $20 on the panel right now that says at some point Femme Loki says the original never did it this good or something along those lines.
No bet. I totally agree. That'll happen.
I swear to God, that
I think-
happens.
I think
will
it's
happen.
I think it's going to be more along the lines of, "Oh, well, at least I wasn't the one that was caught,
It'll be
Yeah.
or
something.
I wasn't the one that messed up the timeline." I
Yeah,
guess
well, you
those
don't
are
look
the-
good
I'm the
enough.
best Loki. Yeah.
It's like, hey,
kind of crap.
do you look at somebody that's mediocre, or do you look at someone that's attractive? Most of the time, it's attractive, right? So you probably wouldn't get caught because no one's looking at your mediocre looking ass.
And Classic Comics with a $5 super chat. Loki became a whammon in the comics about a decade ago. So get ready. That's what they're doing.
But Lady
Absolutely.
Loki's great.
Yeah, Lady Loki's great in the comics. It's not going to be that way.
No, they didn't
On-
cast
in the
correctly.
TV. No, they did not. And
Hell,
thank you so very much, Classic Comics, for that $5 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright in Valhalla. Skull! Burning it down, just like I already knew if they do that show, like I know they're going to do that show. I'm just going to burn it down. And Disney has lost its review privileges from me. I'm holding to that.
Oh,
People are going to
absolutely.
be talking all kinds of shit about this. Well, guess what? Loki's not going to unless he's on someone else's channel, and they absolutely positively ask me for my opinion on that show.
I might
I
review
will
it.
not.
I don't blame you. I don't blame
I
you.
will not cover it on my show because Disney's they've done it.
They
They
don't deserve to
pushed
be
me to the
covered.
point where I will not promote their horse shit. And I'll hold it
Same
there.
here. Absolutely.
I don't think I'll be promoting.
But I commend Classic Comics on that Phantom of the Paradise avatar, by the way. Just kind of.
And Jace 540, Skull from Norway,
Oh.
Loki. Hell
Oh,
yes,
nice.
brother.
Absolutely. Hey, Jace. Yep.
What else do we got going on this week?
Uh,
Oh, Eternals. Eternals.
Value Village.
Oh, the Wuddles? The Eternals. Oh, boy. The Eternal trailer that seemed like it lasted for an eternity.
Who else thought as soon as you saw them in their get-ups, they went to Party City and got outfits?
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie had circular Gallifreyan on her outfit, and I don't know why. That annoyed me. I was like,
Well, there
what is
were-
this?
Wait, Angelina
were
Jolie
trying-
was in that? I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the downgraded looking blonde version of herself.
They were paying like really pale lip service to the Kirby designs by thinking they were getting somewhere slightly close to it by putting the circles and all that kind of crap on there and things like that, the squiggles and everything from his art, and it fails miserably. It looks like garbage.
the thing is, they started the whole Eternals thing because they were trying to go on par because of the New Gods thing, right? And now that New Gods got canceled, they're stuck with this property.
Too late.
and they're screwed. This is good. I honestly believe this will be the first flop where their competition, I guess, of agendas or properties is going to outweigh what they used to do, let's say 5-10 years ago with the quality. Let's go back with Iron Man. I don't think sorry.
Go ahead.
Shang-Chi might be a flop before that, but yeah, probably.
The thing with Iron Man, here's the thing with Iron Man. Iron Man, the movie, the first one with Robert Downey Jr., was set up to where you had Tony Stark, who had this image of what he thought he was. And in his heart, that is not who he was. He was Iron Man. He'd always been Iron Man. He had, because of things that happened in his life, he had turned out the way he turned out. And when he saw the wrong in that, he changed and became what he always wanted to be. That is what drove that first movie. That's what started all of the MCU. There is none of that heart in any of this that you see today. And later, when we get in touch with Vance, he's supposed to be on here in a little bit. They did the same thing to the Flash in the CW. At the beginning, the first couple of seasons, it was that heart. Mm-hmm. It was what Barry Allen was always supposed to be, and then they destroyed that. They destroyed it over time. Marvel is doing the exact same thing with the MCU.
I agree.
Yeah, they are. They are, and they don't care. But they're not going to care when they have one bomb, and they're not going to care when they have two. When it gets to 3 or 4, maybe, but it's going to be a while.
I think we're at the point, especially if we're looking at the CW standards, like we can actually reference Powerpuff Girls and how the script got leaked, and they have to redo everything. And the people who actually seen the leaks, you can't post them on that YouTube or anything because people are getting copyright strike like galore. But I have some of the screenshots of it, and I'm going to get the whole full script eventually. But we're no longer in the superhero generation. I think we've been overflown with it, like overly infused with it, to the point now that what made them great, like Loki said, especially like say the first seasons of Flash or the first seasons of Arrow, it has now become more of, well, here are your superheroes, but now they identify as a tree, or they're going to have sex with this sandal, or they're pansexual to the Walmart gift card. They've lost, you know what I mean? It's no longer being the hero and fighting the next villain or whatever's going on of loss of powers. It's one big re across the universe, and not even the number 42 can save us.
Yep.
Am I wrong on this?
Absolutely right, man.
You're absolutely right.
This isn't a complaint either. I'm not trying to complain. This isn't like me going, oh, go for F6. I don't want to look like that. What I'm trying to say is this is an observation of disappointment. I'm not complaining. We've all seen it. We've seen it coming. And now we're just placated by the boredom of it, because it's like they're just throwing this at us to get us angry just so they can get more popularity out of the videos being made on social platforms. And I won't do it.
I'll complain for you.
You complain. I think you complain in your sleep. I swear to God, I think you have like a routine. I think it's.
I don't know. I don't actually know if I talk.
Put on a tape recorder, because that'd be a wicked show. Can you imagine that? Sleeping with Eris. Fuck you, Fat Steven. F you, this, that. No tentacles. Who's Jon Stewart?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I'm not coming up with a series called Sleeping with Eris, because that has some implications.
I'm not sleeping. No, you were sleeping with yourself. Like, that's not what I meant. No.
Oh my God.
2 Erises? Oh my God.
And Bone with a $4 super sticker. It's a Shiba Inu offering a bone with a bow wrapped around it. Thank you so very much, Bone. You guys keep the fires burning bright, and the bones are coming. Score!
And let's slip the dog some more.
And I use that one because that's how I'm feeling when I hear Sleeping with Eris.
Wait.
Cry
like that. I didn't mean it like that. I did not mean it.
I can hear you blushing. It's hilarious. Peta seems to think that I'm flirting
Yeah,
with
that's
you,
why I'm
and that's
blushing.
not
Because I'm not
happening.
even to cut that down before. No, I should say like white noises of chaos. That's what you should call it. White noise of chaos.
There's Haster. Did someone say tentacles?
Oh no, triggered Haster. Jesus Christ.
No, the tentacle videos are on Eris's channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to squint really hard and watch all of my content multiple times in order to see them, but they're there.
One of these tentacles aren't like the other. One of these tentacles are sushi.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Still
No.
no update from 24. Oh, where is that?
24, where you at, man?
Well,
Promise those.
we've been getting a lot of like really obnoxious rain lately here in Houston, and I don't know if he's been affected by it. Like, there's been really nasty storms coming by like every day or so.
You might be still mad at me for last week, and they weren't reprints. I promise, I was making it up. They were, but.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Don't wait for the translation. Answer me now.
I triggered him last week. I didn't mean it.
It's okay. I triggered you before the stream even really got started.
No, you didn't.
Before the
Oh,
intro.
I guess you did.
Agreed.
Yeah, I did.
Agreed, Jace. But I felt kind of bad. I wasn't being inclusive. Sex with a sandal or sex with Crocs. I'm sorry. I don't want to forget either of those two.
Yell.
Crocs sandals.
They have holes already, so you're already halfway there.
Halfway there.
In the man sheets.
It's like a sex orgy toy for all the Smurfs.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus.
We're not getting
no.
this Smurf tech. No.
You don't want-
Smurf balls.
You don't want to talk about Smurf porn on your channel?
La 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 psh, la 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 psh, la 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 Gargamel.
What is happening? What is occurring?
Oh my god.
But
That's
wait,
also-
Papa Smurf. Smurfette's over there.
Oh no. Stop. Whatever noise you're currently making, please cease and desist immediately.
Your name is Swallow Smurf. Well, do tell. No, Gargle Smurf. My bad. I screwed up the robot chicken skit really bad.
What is happening?
I have definitely blown shit up in the weirdest proportions.
So did Papa Smurf.
You were
Did you say
Blow that
did you
shit
say
up.
purple?
Oh my god. No, I was trying to say Papa Smurf.
Yeah, you said pearl.
I love you guys.
Back to the Eternals.
Yeah,
I'll tell a story real quick.
oh my god.
I was going to a job interview. This was when I still lived in Houston. I was going to this job interview at the Houston Chronicle, right?
Oh.
And I had to wait. They were like, "Can you wait like I think it was like 5 hours because the person I was supposed to interview with was on the road and on their way there." And so I go and watch Titanic. Nothing else to do.
That was
Sitting
half the
in the
movie.
theater, and I fell asleep twice. I went and got a sandwich. I went and got more concessions.
Wait, what kind of sandwich?
I don't remember. It was ham and cheese,
God damn it.
whatever.
God damn it.
And I was less bored with that movie than I was with that Eternals trailer.
That's pretty bad because that 5 hours was half the film, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty much. Oh yeah, it was very boring.
Can I ask a question though? When you actually started watching the trailer, I couldn't get all the way through it. Like, force myself. Did it feel like they just ripped off a DC trailer with the way it was all gloomy and very bland with colors? I felt like you just went full DC.
Not only that, there's no action.
Just
No.
boring.
It's a teaser, to be fair. It is a
Nothing.
teaser,
It's
not
2
a
minutes,
full-on
though.
trailer. I know. I had
Yeah.
to make sure. I was like, oh, it is a teaser. So I'm just keeping that in the back of my mind. Now, I don't know jack shit about Eternals. I don't know anything. I have no idea. Not even the smidgenest little bit of information. I had no idea what I was watching. So I actually got to experience what a normie would experience. And let me tell you something. Normies are not going to go watch this movie because
Nope.
I had there's nothing about this movie that made me go, or that teaser that made me go, that looks interesting. I'll watch that. I was just like,
Let me
what is
welcome
this?
Vance
Exactly.
Major Owen. How are you doing, brother?
What's up, guys? I'm so sorry I'm late. I got
there
stuck
you
with a bunch of work, and it's been one of those nights, man. What's up, guys? How we doing?
We're
Welcome.
fired.
Good. We're doing good. You got here before 24. That's amazing.
Yeah, one of our regulars.
One of the regulars is supposed to be here that has not
MIA.
updated us at all. So no, you're good, man. You're absolutely good. How are you doing? You've been working, huh?
I have, yeah. I'm stuck. Like I took yesterday off because my kid's babysitter, his mother-in-law was there, so like the other guy at work had left me with like a whole bunch of work. So I'm sitting here like ripping what little hair I have left, and I'm like, caramba. And then I noticed the link, and I was like, oh shit, I got something to do. So yeah. So yeah.
Well, welcome to the Comic Book Roundtable.
Welcome.
Right on. So what have I missed, guys? Catch me up.
We were just talking about the Eternals trailer.
You interrupted with your straight white manness. When I was talking. So,
but you forgot a most important question. Do you think I was being inclusive when I included both people having sex with Crocs and sandals?
Why is that the most important question?
I don't know. I just wanted to be difficultly awkward. It's working.
How is that a bad thing?
I don't know.
Oh.
But do you wear socks when you do it, though? That's the question.
I don't. I just wear sandals like a normal woman. I don't know. You men keep your sandals and socks nonsense to yourself.
Lamb chops, play along. Oh, sorry.
Any sex is good sex, so I'm good.
Wait.
Mute myself.
So, I know they're going to center this movie, or supposedly center this movie around Cersei.
Yes, Cersei.
Cersei Lannister. Oh my god.
The description for that is that she is a museum. She works in a museum. Basically, the description of her sounds like Wonder Woman. It sounds just like Wonder Woman.
Okay,
Yeah,
wait. What is her
pretty
character
much.
like? What is her character like?
They haven't.
Pretty much similar. Good.
It is that.
They haven't explained that yet.
Oh,
See,
I thought
they're not going really. They're changing a lot of things from the comics. So even people that know the comics are like, "What?"
Well, it's I think if they're anything they're mining from any comics are probably the Gaiman series from the 2000 was a miniseries or something. Probably, I'm guessing they're not doing much of any of the Kirby series in the mid 70s. Lasted 18 issues or a couple of annuals. In the late 80s, they brought it back for a while. I believe it was DeFalco and Friends or something like that. It was an attempt to bring it back. Didn't work. And then Neil Gaiman did one around 2000 or whatever it was for a miniseries with John Romita Jr. they worked on. And that's it. That's the entirety of the Eternals run. When Kirby did it, he just moved back to Marvel after being at DC with his Fourth World and other things. And this was kind of him trying to do something similar to his Fourth World a little bit. And it just, I love, how much I love Kirby. It was still a beautiful book in terms of visuals, but it wasn't really his best story or a bunch of characters or anything like that. Really, in my opinion, anyway. But they picked this they picked it. Well, Steven touched on it. DC had just announced that they were going to adapt Kirby's New Gods into a film, and Kevin Feige's dumbass this is probably literally what happened. Well, what do we have? We got a Kirby property we can rip them off with and do it first. And they said someone mentions Eternals. Well, what's that? And they show him. Oh, well, that's Kirby, and it's that'll work. Just do it. So whatever. Yeah.
I mean,
That's what happened.
like what's okay? So in the trailer or teaser, whatever I'm just gonna call it a trailer. I see it. I don't understand. I don't know anything about Eternals, so I'm literally. This is the only thing I got going for me as far as understanding who these people are.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they've been around for a hot minute. They've been around for like decades and centuries and possibly even millenniums.
Right.
I guess with the name Eternals, it hints to that. But I kind of scrolled down in the comments because I wanted to make sure I wasn't the only one thinking this, and apparently I wasn't because that was half the comments were mentioning. So where were these people during Thanos' snap? to kill half the universe.
I guess we'll find out from the movie. I don't know.
They
Did
were
they
hanging
not
out
get
around
affected?
that table. They were hanging out around that
Yeah.
table, just like having dinner and laughing at the humans who all died.
Oh, no, because Captain America and he's old now because he decided to go back in time with his
Well, Iron
women.
Man too.
Iron Man's dead. But oh.
They had an unfunny joke about mentioning Steve Rogers.
Oh my God, 24 just popped up, and I didn't.
24.
Did
Blow
anyone
that
else-
shit up.
Did anyone else realize that when they looked at like during the trailer near that castle they showed? Right, it looked like a Lego set. When was
Yes.
the last time we saw in ancient Egypt or whatever a blue castle just sitting there? Where did they get all the blue bricks?
I don't know. I know that we've got a $5 super chat from Classic Comics who says, in the comics, Cersei is a party girl. Unlike the other Eternals, she spent a good deal of time among humans.
I didn't get that in person.
She
I
even
didn't
joined
get that in
didn't she join the Avengers at some point? Classic Comics, I believe, for a while.
And this is why. Oh,
And thank you so very much for that $5 super chat, Classic Comics. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. Skål!
Spartans! What is your profession?
And Lord Thoth says Cersei was an Avenger.
There you go.
Really quick. I don't want to switch gears too much here, but I know we've got Vance on for a limited time, and he did a online review of The Flash. He did a video review of The Flash, and we were kind of talking about this earlier about like the heart in The Flash and the heart in Iron Man and what changed with Marvel and what changed on the CW. Tell us a little bit about what you thought of The Flash, Vance.
Well, when Flash used to be the type of show that, it was like must-see type TV. Like, go back to season 1, season 2, and, it was compelling. Like, who is the man in yellow? Like, what does he want? Like, why is Eobard Thawne, like, pretending to be Barry's friend? Then even go to season 2, and you're, you get to Zoom, and you're sitting there going, like, what are the twists and turns? And they were, somewhat believable, and it was really interesting. Again, compelling. You wanted to tune in. And now it seems with, Savitar being kind of a letdown, everybody knowing who it kind of is, and then the Thinker, it kind of being a letdown. Like, every season is just more of a letdown, and it's not as compelling. You're kind of watching it, and you're kind of just going through the motions of like, well, it's what I've always done. It's what I'll always do. And I kind of felt the same way with Arrow. The first couple seasons were great, and then you get to the Oliver and Felicity bullshit of just always, romantic, BS, and you're just like, stop. Like, this is not what it was in the beginning, and then it just sort of changes to something that you're going through the motions of. It used to be good, maybe it'll get good again, and that's kind of where we're at now, and I can't stand it because it used to be my favorite show.
I thought Zoom was man. I was like, you've got a Darth Vader villain that is it's voiced by Tony Todd. I hated it when he took the mask off because he was voiced by Tony Todd, and he had that just that voice that was perfect. When they took his mask off, I was like, guys, you screwed up. You screwed up because now you're letting the actor talk instead of letting Tony Todd talk. And that was the coolest shit, was having Tony Todd talk. Boy, do the voice of Zoom. I wanted Tony Todd under the mask.
Yep.
Yeah, like it humanized him in a way that when he had the mask on, it made him more scary. It was one of those things where it's like you never knew when he was going to show up. And again, like when they did the Savitar thing, they took the suit off of him and they showed him Barry. Like you shouldn't see that villain. That just made it weaker. And with Zoom, like it really was scary, especially when he picked Barry up by like the ribs or whatever by one finger, and Barry's just sitting there, and everyone's kind of in panic mode, and they're in Star Labs, and Zoom is just sitting there. And he's just looking at them, and he's just like, "Bring it, bitches!" And that's what I miss. And like now we've got main villains like the Mirror Lady, And it's just like, why am I sticking around? And it's one of those things where it's like, it'll be 2 or 3 episodes where I'm like, I don't care if I watch it this week. I'll watch something else. Like, I'll watch reruns of The Conners before I watch The Flash. And like this, again, this was a show that this was must see. I can't miss it. If it comes out an hour early on CW app, I'm like, I gotta watch it. Like it's, and what happened to the writing staff? Like, did their passion get lost? And especially after the crisis, like this should have been the thing. Like this was the event, and it went downhill. Like this could have been the thing that really cleaned the slate and said, okay, let's get our ducks in a row and let's jump off from here. And it really went downhill from there, more so than before. So I don't know why I'm still watching. Especially, and don't get me started on as you guys say, Batwoman. I mean, it's just, that's a whole nother can of worms right there. I've heard Black Lightning is good. I haven't watched it. I kind of want to. Stargirl, I haven't watched it, but I kind of want to. But like, those are the things where the fact that it took a great show and it's gone progressively worse, it makes me not want to jump onto the other shows where it's like, these are your version of the MCU, where you have this great universe built up, but I don't want to go into it because of how bad you've treated characters that I should care about,
Say in defense of Stargirl, that show's not a part of the Arrowverse.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Sure it's not a reprint?
Oh shit!
I'm sorry, buddy. I just miss you, man. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No, just letting y'all know I spoke about that in the video I did today. So it's I'm fresh on the heels off of that. So, but yeah, it's I totally agree with what's being said.
So it's not part of the rest of the CW universe?
Not at all.
Well, they showed it in After Crisis, like they showed it as part of like the multiple Earth thing. So
no, the thing is that was a whole completely different cast of people, and that was from those folks were actually those were different actors played. If I'm not mistaken, there was a crossover with Legends of Tomorrow, and they showed up there, but that's not okay. That's not Greg Basinger and the rest of the folks. Luke Owen,
it's not Berlanti.
Yeah, it ain't. It's nobody there. Yeah, it's not.
Is it not Greg Berlanti?
Yeah, actually, it is Greg Berlanti, but it's not. It's totally different. I got you. It's not associated with that. Well, even though those are the same characters.
Thoth backs you up on that. He's saying that it's part of the Doom Patrol and the Titans, same universe, which doesn't do it much better.
Oh yay, the Titans.
I've got 2 super chats here really quick. Larry with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Larry. He says, "Hail Loki and panel. Comics used to be a great medium." Thank you, brother. And Bikini 90 with a $5 super chat. "Hail Loki and panel. Go! Thank you, Bikini 90. Thank you both so very much for those super chats. You guys keep the fires burning right here in Valhalla. Skol!
Oh shit.
Long live the fighters!
But Vance, we were talking earlier about like Iron Man, how they made that movie, how Tony was always in his heart. Tony was always Iron Man, even though he was being this other person until he became Iron Man. That was like almost like his destiny. And Barry, the way I see Barry in those first couple of seasons of The Flash, it's like you've got this dorky lab tech that in his heart always was the Flash. He didn't become the Flash, really. He was always the Flash. And that's not who he is anymore. That's not how they portray him.
No, it went from a guy who was trying to be, he was trying to do the right thing. He was more focused. They focus more now on the Barry and Iris fighting all the time, and it's really bothersome to me how, like she'll sit there with the lightning and it's the we are the Flash type mentality, and it's really reminiscent of like Felicity and Oliver, where it's like, look, I know the CW shows really cling on to the relationship type stuff, and relationships are great, especially in drama shows, but it gets a little. It gets a little bit irritating when you're like, look, you just learned this same lesson in the last episode and the last episode and the last episode. And it's like, look, man, if you guys are supposed to be this beacon of light, relationship wise, why do you keep having these relationship problems? To me, I think you guys need counseling and you guys need to stick there. It's really, I don't know. I hate that relationship now just because of so much emphasis that they put on it. It's not like Lois and Clark where they have a pretty strong relationship, I feel, or at least how they had it in Smallville, where it's like she gives it as much as she takes. Whereas here, it's like it's really one-sided, whiny, and then they flip it, and then the other side's whiny, and it's like, God, why are you guys together? And that's not how they were in the very first season. Like, she was a very strong support of an independent character, and now it just seems like they're so. It's like they're sucking up the screen time for how much they can, mooch off the. I don't even know how to put it into words. It's just it's really terrible for a supposed hero. He doesn't come off very heroic to me.
Yeah.
What a hero in the modern era, not coming off as heroic. I've never heard of such nonsense.
Yeah, it's like the Flash always had the same three problems. It's him losing his powers, him trying to fight, figure out what metahuman just blew into town to fight, and then his other issue is who's going to be faster than him. So, that's what he fucking does in every episode, man. It's the first 3 seasons were good, but past that, it's like, like, what the fuck are we doing here watching this?
Yeah, no, that's exactly, and that's how I feel. Like, every time, like I said, I'd rather watch, go watch a show like The Conners, where it's like, I don't necessarily enjoy it, but at least I know I'm not going to get the same regurgitated plot. Like, I didn't necessarily like the season with The Thinker, but at least it was something where, okay, this is different than another speedster. Where, like, I loved Eobard Thawne, I loved Zoom. But then when we get to Savitar, it's like, we've done this before, but watch out, it's Barry. And the thing is, like, I hate when they lie to us and they say flat out, it's not Barry, it's not Barry, it's not Barry, and then it's Barry, and it's like, dude, really? Because they did the same shit with, Khan in Star Trek Into Darkness, where we were all saying it's Khan, and they're like, no, it's not, no, it's not, no, it's not. Oh, look how smart we are, and it's like, you guys just ruined something that would have been good to marketing, saying, yes, it's Khan. Now come to the theater, because you had half the audience going, we told you it was Khan. Then you had half the audience going, who the fuck is Khan?
That's not Star Trek anyway, so man.
Oh God, I love you, Clobberin.
Sorry. Not sorry. But I understand the point there. Also, that sounds very Stephen Moffat-ish too. He would boldface lie about stuff and then just laugh at everyone knew you were lying, dude.
Hey, season 5 is best Doctor Who. I will fight to the death on that.
Well, it isn't, but okay.
You're wrong. I'm sorry, Clobberin. It's okay. It's all right to be wrong occasionally.
Thank you.
It's okay.
No, I like season 5. Troughton was really coming into his own in season 5. Patrick Troughton with the Doctor of it was great. So yeah, that was 1960. What was it then?
1960, whatever.
69, 68. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I think I might agree with you.
Yeah, before me, nothing existed.
You
before
said
me. I have
5.
that millennial mentality where nothing existed before I came into existence. So there you go. I am your god.
A reasonable policy.
No.
What does God need with a starship?
I got it. Sorry, my bad.
George Murdoch. That's it.
Do you think Vance that they can fix this? Do you think because I know I stopped watching season before this season. I just after the whole thing with Savitar, I kept watching, but I was like, I'm just not liking this anymore.
They've you can tell that they're trying, like, because they're doing they're doing like what they do in trade paperbacks. They're having like half the book be this villain, the other half be this villain, and that's what they're doing with seasons. Like the first 12 episodes is like this villain, and the last half is this villain, which I think is smart for them because it's like dragging a whole season. Like the Savitar season would have been great if the first half was Savitar, then the next half was like Thinker. And the thing is, like, that's a good way to do these. So you can tell they're trying to course correct. And I think the COVID thing really kind of screwed up part of their plan. But I feel like what they should have done with Crisis on Infinite Earths was have that be the series or the season finale for a lot of these shows, and then start the next season on here's the clean slate, and here's where we are revamping some of these shows, because that would have given them the entire year to say, okay, this is where we need to fix some things. Because I feel like with Crisis, they didn't fix the things that needed fixing. And I feel like a lot of the things are just gimmicks now. And the thing about, especially in the day of internet age, although you have a lot of pompous people out there, which are armchair critics, they're smart and they're wise to a lot of the things people are doing. So I don't know if they really can fix the things that they're doing. Like, I don't see Batwoman being around for much more than another season. I don't, like, realistically, I don't see it being around for like 5 seasons. Like Arrow, like maybe another season, because I feel like with them they have too much writing on that show.
Oh, what a season 5 Batwoman gonna look like?
Eris is pulling your leg, Vance. She enjoys it because she laughs at its stupidity.
It's the worst television show I've ever watched, and it's so hilarious in its pretentiousness. Like, you could just tell the writers were like, "Take that, white people!" And I'm just like, "You dumbasses! You don't think this is good? You don't think this is your best shit?"
I tried. I reviewed it for like the first 7 episodes of the first season, and then I couldn't stomach it anymore. And then the second season, I decided to come back when they brought in what's her name, Ryder or whatever.
Ryan Wilder,
Wilder, yeah.
There you go. Because I thought, okay, this would be a great place to a nice jumping on point, because you're doing a soft reboot of sorts. So I thought this would be a great chance to do a review of the shows. And I think I got through maybe 3 episodes, and I was like, you know what, this is definitely not for me. I've tried, and that's really sad, because I'm really open to a lot of comic book stuff, because it's like back in the day. When I was a kid, like, there was no way we would have even thought we would even get anything sort of like the MCU or the CW, the Arrowverse. No way would we ever even think that or imagine we'd get anything like this. So to be in this type of environment where we can even debate, is this good? Is this bad? This is horseshit. We had stuff like Batman and Robin where we were talking about George Clooney's nipples. This is, we would go from that to go to this. Like, that's great that we have it. But to sit there and be like, God, this is a bunch of horseshit. So to sit there and stomach this show, I don't realistically see this going past 1 more season, just because of, hey, look how woke we are. And I'm tired of that word being thrown around because of people who think they're intellectually smart, when you're sitting there going, look, there's a half dozen shows that are more intelligent than you are. Let's go tune into that, because these shows definitely are not. Because the only thing I know from the original Batwoman and her relationship with that cop was the fact that they made out. They didn't show any of the relationship stuff. And from the first 7 episodes, that's the only thing I know. The fact that they were fighting, and the fact that they made out half the time in the flashbacks. I don't know why they were emotionally connected. I wanted to know, why are they emotionally connected? They never showed me. And that frustrated me, because it's like, as a writer and as a producer of films myself, I have shown my character through his life and being married for several years. And in the 6-minute film that I made, you could tell the emotional connection, and we never once kissed. We never once did anything that was remotely like that, and you could tell the emotional connection. I never once felt the emotional connection between those 2 characters, and that's where you failed as a writer. So these people have failed in every way possible for a show that I really wanted to be connected with, because you're not giving us Batman, so this is the next best thing. So these people have failed. So to answer your question, Loki, I think these people have drank their own Kool-Aid.
Yeah, no, I agree.
When-
That's a wonderful way to say it too, dude. You burned their fucking house down. You really did.
when
Yeah.
you're trying so hard to not be, misogynistic or racist, that you become misogynistic and racist.
Yeah.
Well then, you did it.
Yeah, they were bumping cookies.
The other thing, even with
Something-
the even thing with Flash, like I agree, the Savitar could have been 2 seasons. Honestly, it really could have. It could have been something great. And if that was
Really?
I thought so in a way. It has
I-
potential.
I felt like it dragged. Iris. I was
That's
like,
the problem. That's where, yeah. But sorry, look, give me a picture. That's exactly the problem right there. The Iris West show, whatever she has been doing, or if she has been complaining, or whatever. What is that?
don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Just go
But
ahead.
it's pretty much, if the Iris West show stuff wasn't happening, like we are Team Flash, rather than just Flash and the people that are helping the way it was, and not focusing more on trying to be inclusive under that pretense, Savitar would have been better. Honestly, it would have. If you took that pretense out of there and think about the other seasons where it wasn't like about that, when the identity was still secret, and they pushed that a little bit longer, it would have been better. It's
Well,
not going to last any more longer.
I understand Savitar going after Iris. I totally get that. That was the whole thing. And that would have been fine if they hadn't have done it and made it the Iris West show. But that's the way it felt. And then after that, hearing that woman say, "Barry, you are not the Flash. We are the no. You haven't been running around the city saving people's lives. You didn't stop a tsunami from destroying the city. He did."
Yeah, that's kind of dump worthy. I don't know why they're still together after that. I never watched any of the Arrowverse shows except for Batwoman. But
sorry.
I don't, from like just a relationship point of view, it's like, wow, what a bitch.
And from what
Get
I
out.
hear from what Vance was saying, that's all they do is fight now.
They do.
That's not
the thing-
healthy.
I honestly think he would have been better off with the mirror version of Iris, because she had more heart. No, the clone that happened in the series where the mirror woman, right, that was making copies of everyone.
Yeah.
The mirror version of Iris had more heart than the one we have right now.
The thing about it is, like, they allude. The problem with the Flash now is they take a simple idea and they expand upon it too much. Like the idea of time travel and Flashpoint and all these things. That's great, but now they do it far too much, where it's alluded to the future that's coming, the Flash Museum and all this stuff, and Flash will do all these things and all the, like, it's you're jumping around too much, and now it's just old hat. Like Barry, just in this past week, he ran back to timeless wells and which is, I'm sorry, but as much as I love the guy who plays Wells, it's one of those things that it's one of those things that it's having him play a different version of himself every season. It's one of those things that it's tried out. Stop doing it. Have him come back as a character that we know, or just write him off the show. But it's going back to the well, no pun intended, too many times. But he runs back in time to go talk to Timeless Wells, and then he comes back to the future, and it's just, okay, but what happened to Flashpoint? Didn't you learn from running back in time and doing all these things? Like, it's like what happens in one episode has no impact on the lesson you learn in another, and it's the same thing of, like, we just learned this fucking lesson. What is going on here?
Can I
So
ask
Go
you a
ahead.
question quickly, V-Man, before you? I don't want to. I didn't mean like that. But do you think the reason why they're doing this repetitive nature is because they just want to have Iris constantly scold Barry that he's not thinking about everyone and everyone's the Flash, and it's now been that whole circle of a subliminal thought?
I think you've probably just put more thought into it than the writers did.
Well, it's CW. I don't think they write much except if it's a serial box instruction.
It's probably true. I don't think they really think outside of this one episode, and this sounds really great, and let's just do it. You know, it's one of those things of, like, even the science, because, like, when I sit there and listen to them explain the science behind the time travel of it or whatever, like, I actually listen to what they're saying, and I'm like, this makes no fucking sense. And granted, it's within the context of comic book or sci-fi or whatever, But like this last time, and I encourage anybody, go back and listen to the CW. If you got the CW app, watch it. If you don't, download it and watch it. Like, listen to what Harrison Wells said, and he was like, "Yeah, that'll work." Like, are you kidding me? You're supposed to be one of the top scientists. Like, this does not make sense. So, and again, going back to like the first season, how they made sure everything pretty much was self-contained and made sense within the storylines of what would make sense of a speedster. Like, it's just, again, they're not making sense of their own storytelling. Which, again, what about Flashpoint time travel? What about the Wave time travel? What about all these different things? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And again, the only thing I think we have to look forward to with the Flash is maybe at some point, which again we haven't seen the newspaper refer to this, but maybe at some future point we might have a fight with Eobard Thawne and Flash. Maybe, but who's to say? Because Crisis supposedly changed everything.
Jay Garrick warned him after Flashpoint when he was going to run back and fix everything again. He stopped him and he took him in that diner. He said, "Look," and he took that coffee cup and he broke it. And he said, "Okay, I can put this coffee cup back together. You can glue this coffee cup back together, but there's always going to be the cracks in it. This is why you don't mess with time. This is why you don't time travel, because this cup will never be the same again." They made that very clear. Do not mess with time. And now they're doing that again. They're just like, "Oh, well, run to the future, run to the past."
All the time. And the things is, the things, the way in which they look past it doesn't make sense. And it's just so, it's so contrived of how, we'll get past it this way and we'll get past it this way. And you have to turn your brain off to watch the show. And I didn't have to do that in the first couple seasons. I'd be like, "Oh, okay." And in the first couple seasons, you'd be like, "Yeah, the Flash is going to do this. And the Flash is this great guy. And the Flash is this," and it's, I'm getting tired of going like, "Well, when?"
Run, Barry, run. Yeah. That was
away from Iris.
That was the most. But like, I got chills when you would hear that. When you hear Wells say that, "Run, Barry, run," you're like, "Yeah!" And it was just like, yes, they nailed it. And then they screwed it up.
It's a pun. It's a pun now. I mean, or it's a parody of itself now. It doesn't mean anything anymore.
It does. He's doing exactly what that pun means. He's running away from the show. He's done with this crap because it's no longer the Flash. He is a great Flash. I don't care what people, if they don't like it or not. I loved him as the Flash. I know he's not the best Flash, but he was the Flash. Iris and the love, that was supposed to be a love story because he was always chasing after her. Eventually they had a family. They were in love. They had kids, and then they had grandkids. That was the Flash, not scolding the Flash every episode so he learns not only 2 life lessons. You're a shitty fucking boyfriend, but you're also a good hero when we're telling you you're a good hero because we're all you. We're all going to jump in the suit together. All 6 of us. Cisco.
It's a co-op. The Flash is a co-op.
It's a poop op.
I want to say before Vance sleeps, there's this beautiful moment. It's either in season 1 or it's season 2 where there are 2 Barrys. I'm pretty sure it's season 2. You've got Barry from season 2 and you've got Barry from season 1. And Cisco is like, "Which one of you is the fake Barry?" And the future Barry says, every time we watch Star Trek The Wrath of Khan like 5 times, and he points at the other one and goes, "Aha!" And the Barry from the past goes, "And every single time you have looked at me and said, I have been and always shall be your friend." That was it was such an awesome callback to Star Trek 2. These people cared about the dialogue. They cared about the friendships. They cared about how what Barry was, his relationship with Iris. It was great, and to see that go out the window for an ideology of we're better than you. I'm just, this is what's wrong.
Well, that's what it feels like. You can tell the actors, like, their heart's not in it. And I'm sorry, but like, you go back to the classic Flash people, like Vibe and Caitlin and Wells, like I understand, like especially after 7 seasons, 8 seasons, whatever it is now, your cast has to evolve, but like the characters now, like they just don't have the appeal that the earlier seasons did, and I don't give two shits about them. They don't have the appeal, they don't have the staying power, I feel, and it's one of those things where it's like I would rather them have kind of branched off and done their own thing instead of, hey, let's just have extensions of Team Flash. Like like in the comic books, they don't really have Team Flash like that. They have the Flash as his own solo hero. I'd rather them have kind of moved on to that and have Cisco leave at a decent time, because you can tell what's that now?
You said in the comics.
Yeah, like it's not like some of these characters that are there aren't in the comic. Like it just doesn't feel like it does when I at least when I was a kid reading it doesn't it didn't feel like that. I don't know, like having Cecile around, it doesn't have the same vibe as it did in earlier seasons. Or like when I pick up a comic, like it just doesn't have that same feel for me.
Do you remember like the Batman animated series? Everyone pretty much remembers it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you ever remember Selena Kyle saying, "We're all Batman. If I'm making out with you and sleep with you, we're all Batman now." Tim Drake is
Your
Batman.
girlfriends and they're Batman too.
But you know what I mean, though. If you think go from
Batman.
that point of view, it's so
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know why I focus on it, and I agree with you, Van. I think it's going to die out. I think Grant wants out. I think it's going to be bad, and if they do decide to do an offshoot, it's going to be Impulse and Nora.
See, and that's the thing. Like, I like the actress who plays Nora, but I hated Nora with a passion, because like she played her like she was like 13, but I'm like, dude, you're the same age as Grant. Like, it would have been interesting to, like, I hated how they treated Kid Flash when they brought him on, because I liked like he's one of my favorite characters. I liked Robin, I like Kid Flash, like the Teenage Superheroes, because that's what got me into comics. So I really hated how they treated Kid Flash. And so when he was kind of written off the show, I felt that was really disrespectful to the character. And when they brought Nora on, I thought, okay, this is kind of a chance to redeem that. And when they had this obvious adult acting like a 13-year-old, I was like, what the hell is this? So I'm curious about what they're going to do with Impulse, because again, one of my favorite characters, who was in the comic book Young Justice, not to be confused with the cartoon, but from the comic book, like that was a really funny comic book, especially in a time when they weren't doing necessarily outside Deadpool, they weren't really doing a lot of funny things in comics at the time. So I'm really curious how they're going to do that, and I hope they give some type of redemption to the Nora character, because I really didn't care for how they did Nora in Flash.
Well, supposedly Nora is going to be bisexual, I think, and Impulse is going to be some kind of weird pansexual, and Wally is no longer Kid Flash; he's Kid Tree.
There you go.
He's what is it? What I know there's actually a word out there for people that are sexually attracted to plants. I can't remember it. God damn it.
Smokey the Bear.
No.
It was Snow. It was Smokey's cousin, Horny.
Wanted to be a bushman.
Wanted to be a bushman. Really quick. Me and Clobberin were talking about this before you got on here, Vance. Me and Clobberin were talking backstage before we got started. The Flash used to be one of the only superheroes that did not have a tragic backstory.
Right.
Yep. That was retconned in later. Barry Allen was one of the guys who just got the powers because he loved superheroes. He'd read it. I'm talking real deal Silver Age Barry Allen, and even Bronze, so he started torturing him in the Bronze Age. And some jackass, I can't remember whether it was Wade or Johns or whoever, that stupid crap about his mother being murdered and his father, and all that other kind of garbage. I hated that addition to his origin. That's just me, though, because does every single superhero have to have a tragic origin? I mean, why not just at least one or two that doesn't? So I personally always hated that, look.
What do you think about the how they did his backstory, Vance?
I feel like for the TV show, I feel like they should have I feel like they should play that up. Like I feel like one of the things that would have been really cool is to find out in the original timeline, like his mom lived and like he still became the Flash that way. Like let's meet that version of Barry where his mom wasn't killed. I feel like it's appropriate for the series because of how they did season 1. Because like it would be really cool to have that version of Barry out there where he's not, kind of Bruce Wayne-ish, where it is a tragic backstory, because that is played into this series. So I feel like it's appropriate for this series. But it would be kind of cool to see, the one that kind of waves, at Barry, like, hey, don't interfere. Like yeah. Like I still hold out hope. Like, let's meet that guy, because I think that would be really, really interesting. Like, let's meet the original Flash. The one that didn't, the one that did want to be a hero just because it was the right thing to do. Maybe his Iris isn't the "We Are the Flash" type person. But I think when you convert a character, like Nightwing, he's a pretty cool character, even though he did have a tragic backstory. Like that was one reason why Bruce took him on. Because he didn't want him to end up like him and be dark and brooding and even though he did have some tragedy there, I feel like they shouldn't have changed that origin. You kind of took something away from the character. Like not every character does need that tragedy. So I think that would show a contrast of the two different characters of the Flash if we were to see that, because not every character does need that.
Yeah.
Say, Clobberin,
yeah, bud.
Kind of work with me here on this. In the original Flash run, Barry Allen from the 60s wasn't the only person that really died that mattered to him was Iris.
Well, they didn't really knock her off to the late 70s into the Bronze Age, but yes, and then they kind of started, his career the comic went into a tailspin, and they started torturing the character, not only with bad artists.
Right, and then all of a sudden they killed him off in Crisis.
Right, in Crisis number 8.
Right,
before that, for years in this comic, he was going on trial. He was
he was on trial. Professor Zoom set him up in the whole shit. Yeah.
It was Johns with Rebirth, probably one of those guys. I don't know if it was way earlier, but it was probably Johns that introduced the whole thing about his mother.
Right. So basically, in the Rebirth, they swapped out Iris for the mom.
Because he was accused of murdering Iris at one point.
Exactly.
That's in the old in the late 70s.
Right. That's why every time I hear this, I'm like, yo, that's exactly what. Wow. Yeah. So there you have it, guys.
Yeah, it was John.
It's funny because today I dropped a video like a few hours ago talking about how they just need to kill off the Arrowverse.
It does seem that, especially with in the past couple episodes, like this half season or whatever it is, with them doing the Speed Force, like good God, this season is really terrible with the Speed Force and the Strength Force and the Time Force or whatever else. Like it's so stupid because you have the physical representation of the Speed Force, which is Barry's mom, Nora. She's attacking Barry and doing all this. It's like, if you wanted him stopped, why don't you just take the Speed Force away from Barry? Like, it's so stupid. Like it's really dumb. And again, I don't know what they're doing on any level. And again, for a show that you used to be excited for, man, what's going to happen next?
Yes. Vance, I used to buy those. The night they aired, I would buy it and wait for it to hit Amazon. That's how excited I was because I don't have cable, so I couldn't just watch it.
Mm-hmm. Well, like the thing is, I'll go out and because I still love to have physical copies of like DVDs and whatnot.
Oh yeah, yes.
And the first 2 seasons of Flash, like I got them because I love them.
Mm-hmm.
But this shit.
Was season 2 Grodd or was that third season?
I think
Did
it
he
was
pop up in
third.
the second season?
I think third season the one with Grodd kidnapped every.
Yeah.
Wait, which one was Zoom?
Season, yeah.
Zoom was second season.
Right.
Yeah, Zoom was second. Yeah.
But Grodd was in that one helping making the mental stairway, right?
Grodd was in 2, but I think it was only like 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah, he teamed up with him for 1 episode. I know that much.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a two-parter because he fought the. I think it was third season because Harrison Wells came back from that one, and it had Jesse Quick and that Kid Flash. And that. Yeah, it was third season.
Yeah, Classic Comics actually she was killed in '79, something like that. But then we found out later that she was
she was alive in the
alive in
future,
the
right?
future or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, I never forget about that comic. She's dressed as Batgirl at a costume party, dancing with him.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
She gets killed by a guy dressed as a Wesley Dodge Sandman, and then let's spoil it. But I bought that comic and opened it up, and it didn't open until I got home, and it was inside of it was a Marvel Tales 104 because of the screw up at the printing. So, yeah, it wasn't that kind. I had to go back and get it.
Do you think the reason why, like, say, Iris is so unhappy is because she doesn't own her own blue Lego castle somewhere in the desert? Could that be it?
When she got his powers and that purple lightning hit, she ran faster than Barry the first day she had powers. She ran faster than Barry ever ran. No training.
Women powers.
No training.
Barry
you can only run that fast one time a month.
Barry had been running
the fourth week.
Was running and had spent a whole season running against Reverse Flash, and he wasn't as fast as Reverse Flash. He literally had to go back in time in season 2 and learn how to run as fast from Reverse Flash, from Wells, who wasn't Wells, but Eobard Thawne, whatever. He had to learn from him how to do that, how to manipulate the tachyons and learn how to like max out his stride while he was running. But day one, Iris West ran faster than Barry Allen.
Yeah, obviously.
It's funny. And like in the Barry Allen Flash, I got that whole run when he actually became the Flash. He couldn't even break the sound barrier.
Yeah.
So the thing is like even when it got to issue 75 and the Reverse Flash showed up for the first time in that whole series, he still the Reverse Flash was still faster than him, and by the end of that storyline, he had to learn how to pick up the pace and actually outrun him. And then from there, he was always on a mission to get faster. And that's what, that's kind of like the thing that we see in here. But, the whole point is Barry Allen from before, like that was Wally West's thing. Barry Allen never had to go through that. It wasn't a thing of Barry Allen not being fast enough. It was just him trying to figure out what the fuck he was doing with his powers, going through time and all that. But as far as him, like being on a mission like Wally West has, trying to build his speed up, Barry never had to go through that.
Well, Barry couldn't even take him out in season 1. It was Firestorm, Barry, and the Arrow, and Arrow hit him with those nanites that are supposed to slow him down. It took 3 people to take out Reverse Flash in that first season to capture him. And they had to hit him with nanites.
But we're also taking into consideration that this is Reverse Flash from the future, aka Thrawn. I can never say the name right.
Thrawn.
Ichabod Thawne, where it is. So he has all the back history, all the back knowledge of how he actually fought Flash every time. So he can actually outsmart Flash just by knowledge. It doesn't matter how much Barry has trained or how much speed he has. If Reverse Flash has so much future knowledge and wisdom, that is a weapon within itself. So maybe that's why they put around that pretense. They should have explained it more.
See,
that was the message, but I'm thinking too much.
The one thing that I wish the show would stop is having other characters be faster than Barry just to make Barry look stupid. Like, it's one thing for Eobard Thawne to be faster because it's like that's kind of your original nemesis, and I get that. But then you have Zoom, and I would rather Zoom have been like more skilled, or even him I could kind of excuse that because he's stealing other people's speed, so I get that. But then you've got Savitar, and you've got like the Mirror Lady. She's faster because I think that like they explained it with some stupid technicality. Again, like when you sit there and actually think about what they're telling you, you're like, wait, what? That doesn't make no sense. And then you have all these other things, and it's like, again, like we used to preface the show with, "I'm Barry Allen, and I'm the fastest man alive." That's no longer true. And it's like, have these people be smarter than you. Have these people do things that your speed doesn't matter. You can be as fast as you want, but it doesn't matter. They're smarter than you, or they do stuff that outthinks you. Like it doesn't help you, you know. And that's what I think the show it's no longer true. And that's where these people, they're just getting lazy, where it's like, oh no, he's faster. So, or oh, this doohickey jiggly watt will it makes him faster. What? That doesn't make no sense. What are you talking about?
Tachyon chess piece. Yeah, you're talking about he's trying to absorb the tachyons or the tachyons, and that one episode.
Yeah, I mean,
exactly. Or like you guys said earlier, you know, like something will they rely on 3 different, you know, stories: speed taken away, fighting with Eris, or he loses confidence himself. Like it's just
it's like
the Speed Force too. Don't forget that one.
There was a really
are fighting the metahuman, so that's.
There was a really cool little scene when he got that chess piece and they did that tachyon thing, where he breaks the temporal barrier, and then he's back at Star Labs, and he's like, "I'm back," and they're like, "What do you mean, dude? You just left." Blah 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 blah. And they never expand on that, but he went over to Supergirl. He was gone, and he went over to Supergirl.
I was curious. I didn't mean to interrupt. I was curious, like this tachyon thing. When did that shit start? Because
was it season?
It was season 2.
But he's used it numerous. I think he's used but he's also used it in the later seasons too. He did, and it was pretty much he was trying to regain his time.
Because I don't never remember. Yeah, I have to rewatch that shit, man. I'm like,
Reverse Flash taught him that he could absorb speed from tachyons or some shit, and they make this chess piece and that's basically when he breaks that temporal barrier, and he ends up on a different Earth, and he ends up on that episode of Supergirl, which was on a different network at the time. I don't know if that's why the writers couldn't mention it or what, because all he ever says is, "I'm back." And they're like, "Yeah, you just left, blah, blah. You ran faster than you ever had before." And he's like, "Huh." And they never say anything, but he was over on Supergirl for that episode. And she actually had to like throw him faster. So she had to run with him and then like chunk him forward to make him go so fast that he did it again and went back home.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was never referenced, and
shit. So basically she had to throw his ass at the speed of light, like, here you go, motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right. That's
well, he used up all the tachyons that were in that chess piece that he had. They never just thought he would go to a different Earth.
Yeah, if you're gonna watch it, make sure you're drinking.
I have got a couple of super chats I want to catch up on real quick. Nerdpoil Lifeform with $2 super chat. He sends a super sticker of a controller saying GG. Thank you so very much, Nerdpoil Lifeform, for that $2 super sticker. Apollonie's Minion, $5 super chat. Since Marvel is owned by Disney, I'll never see another movie by them again. Thank you so very much for that $5 super chat, Apollonie's Minion. Bikini90 with a $10 super chat. First season is fantastic. Talking about The Flash. The second season was brilliant, and that was due to the strength of Hunter Zolomon and the possibilities of the multiverse. Some of my faves are when they were in Earth 2. Absolutely, yes. I loved Iris the cop in Earth 2. I cannot agree with you more. And we've got a new minion, or a new minion, a new member.
Minion? Oh my god.
Welcome to Warriors of Asgard, Dead Man Walking 55. Thank you all so very much for your super chats and for your membership. You guys keep the fires burning bright in Valhalla. Skål!
A dollar? I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
It always makes me laugh every time.
It seems like every time we like our characters the most, it's when they're not them. You know, like another thing that bothers me with Flash is like the Caitlin Snow Killer Frost story arc. Like, one thing I think would save the show: make her a fucking villain, man. Like,
she's named Killer Frost. I mean, come on, villain.
Yeah, Yeah, you haven't killed anybody. You haven't been like, just make her a bad guy already. Like, she's supposed to be a villain. Stop.
Female villain, do it, but they won't because women can't be evil. They can't be bad. They are pure, godlike beings that can do no wrong. That's what they are. So
Yeah, yeah.
They're there to remind the men where their place is. That's what the ideology is.
How badass was it though when she was chasing Vibe through the city and she was riding on that thing of ice like that Disney character?
Elsa. Oh, you mean Elsa?
No.
Frozen? Is that what you're talking about?
No, from Incredibles.
Frozen's the shit.
Dude, she was riding that shit. Cool. I was like, hell yeah, go kill her front. Like, she was fucking Vibe up.
Yeah.
And like, dude, make her a villain. But I mean, they've got her in this. Oh, my sister Caitlin, and Caitlin's. Oh, my sister Fraud. Like, nah, dude. Like, what is this? Like,
no.
Yeah.
Female villains are really. I love female villains when they're done really right. Obviously, Hella's one of my favorite characters, and it's just like
she was supposed to shatter Vibe's hands. She was supposed to freeze Vibe's hands and shatter them, and he was going to lose his ability to Vibe because it was supposed to be all in his hands. I loved that idea.
Yeah.
And then Barry would have to go after her. And if they'd have done that after the Savitar thing, if they'd actually done that, I think that what's his name that plays Cisco, he wouldn't be leaving now. They're all leaving. They don't want anything to do with their own damn show.
Well, yeah, the show doesn't take any risks anymore. It's staying fun, family friendly, and don't get me wrong, you can still have a family friendly show, but you're not doing anything risky. It's the same method every week. It's the same show every week. Iris Barry fight, someone gets butt hurt, they change Wells, and Barry
change
saves
him like his diaper. Like, what are you talking about? Change him.
that would be more interesting than what we're getting every week.
I think Gorilla Grodd should just come in one episode and just pick up Iris by the ankle and just slam her against the wall until common sense comes flailing back, and then end the scene.
Take her on top of a building. Throw her off.
No, I'm not going to insult Kong. No, that's bad.
Aw.
24 is like looking down and looking around, going, there has to be something better to read than listening to what the fuck's happening right now.
Listen to Fat Steven. Oh my god.
No,
I don't even like listening to me. I hate my own voice.
Me too.
I want to sound like a Smurf and then have sex with a croc because I want to bring it back to the beginning of the show.
No.
I wanted to ask, what did you think of the Thinker season?
What's that?
What did you think of the Thinker season?
I think that season would have been a great season had it not been stretched out so long. It would have been great if it was just like a half season. But as he was taking all those superpowers from all those other people, like that got a little bit meh for me because I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, really? Yeah. I mean, I thought it was great if he would have just tried to accumulate all this stuff and he was really outthinking them, but I mean, they found out way too quickly if you're going to stretch it out so much. Like, they found out really early on. To me, there was just no mystery there. So if it had been shorter and they found out 6 episodes in, great. I thought the character was like, I rewatched it a year or so later, or 2 years later, and I didn't find it as bad, but on a weekly basis, it just drug on, and I ended up. That's where I actually started hating the show because I was like, this really sucks because nothing. A lot of nothing is happening. So like again, it would have been really great if it had just been shorter for him.
You just start hating the show.
I did.
Bikini 90,
wow.
I hated that Flash season 2 gave us a proper Black Canary in Earth 2 Black Siren. Yes.
What, a proper Black Canary? I haven't seen that.
She actually had the scream. It was natural.
Yeah.
It was some kind of device.
They did it right?
That's what we're saying. The first 2 to 3 seasons of Flash were phenomenal. Like Loki said, when you brought up the whole run, Barry, run.
Yes.
I know exactly how you feel because the back of my hair stuck up my neck. And I was like, yeah.
Yep.
Hey,
same
hold on.
feeling.
If you want to see a good Black Canary, you know they just dropped that JSA animated cartoon movie.
Yeah.
Yo, Black Canary's in there, and if you see what the fuck she does with that scream, she's killing people. I mean, it's just.
Are you talking about the World War II one?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna watch that now. All
That
right, now that you told me
shit is
that.
fucking fire.
No,
It looks
24.
terrible.
I'm talking about a live action Black Canary.
Well, I
The
know
animated
that.
series.
Giving us the
was
same
good.
part.
Hey, I tell you what, when you watch that cartoon, you're gonna be rooting for that motherfucker every time she open her mouth. I'm telling you.
Well, I mean,
And Phantom Outsider you are not wrong, Phantom Outsider. The problem is they cannot have fighting or super heroics to win the day. No, they need to
Wait,
win
really?
using words and understanding and
Oh my
discussing
God.
feelings.
Don't forget hugs.
can I punch her? I'll punch Iris.
They got
I'll
big
send
hugs,
her.
buddy. They gotta
Can we
hug it
just
out.
Can we just have 45 minutes of just showing the front of the bathroom stall, and all you see is a little bit of smoke and Flash grunting as he's trying to rub one out because he doesn't want to have sex with Iris anymore? Can we just have an hour of that and just like? Meanwhile, back in Star City, it's Kid Flash doing the same thing in another bathroom. That makes more sense. It is a lot more comical, and people would watch just for the laughs than the stuff that's going on with this stuff. And I'm not trying to be insulted. I can't stand it. I have to make fun of it because
Yeah, me
there's
too.
nothing on TV.
Yeah, why do you think I've been watching so much anime for like the last? I usually get into these anime phases, and then I'll go back to watching other stuff. But I haven't got out of my anime phase in over a year because there's nothing else to watch. So I've just been in this anime rut of watching everything, and I have found some really awful things, man.
The guy, Mark the Infinity Tired says the reason why the Flash works so well to begin with is chemistry between the characters. You cared for them, and the villains were great. And that's exactly what I was saying earlier. Like the people they have now, I don't know any of their names, and I've been watching them for 2+ years for some of them, and I still couldn't tell you their names. And that's really sad because I don't know. I know what they're supposed to do in the show. I know some of their quirks. I don't give 2 shits about them. And that's really sad for a show that I watch fairly regular. But I mean, that shows, I mean, the actors are fine, but that's what happens when you try to, when you have this plug and play mentality for characters. That's not the way you build a series. If you replace a character, you make us care about one instead of, oh, let's just slap these people up here. Let's throw this at the wall and see if it sticks. And that's what the Flash's problem is. You have too many new characters nobody cares about, and you won't let go. Like, if you want us to care about a character, get rid of Cisco so that we have no choice but to spend 40 fucking minutes with this new guy that's a tech guy, and get rid of Harrison Wells so that we have no choice but to spend time with Camilla or Shamilla or whoever. Like, I don't know who these characters are. Like, make me care about the people you're putting in front of me instead of dividing all of the time with 2 minutes here, 3 minutes here. Okay, I know who they are physically. I can recognize them, but I don't know who they are. And that's the problem with the series now.
And Mark brings up an interesting point. Ollie shooting arrows at Barry, shooting him in the back with those arrows, and that was an ongoing thing of back and forth between Oliver and Barry. And it was one of those little things in the show that you'd laugh your ass off. When Ollie got Barry's powers and Barry was basically the arrow. And Barry's like, no, I'm not going to shoot you in the back with arrows. No, you're going to shoot me. No, I'm not. You did that to me. I know exactly how it feels. I'm not going to do it. And then he does it. And it was one of those little gags that carried on, that got brought up. It was funny, and it made you smile and it made you laugh. And now it's bogged down, and there's so much weight, its own weight of what they are trying to make it instead of what it is.
And another thing that really sucked about to go on about your point of caring, and bogged down, they disrespected Stephen Amell. his death, if you're going to kill this character off in Crisis and make his death count for something, don't make his death be a jumping off point for the new fucking Green Arrow series that never even went anywhere. Because you go back and watch those episodes of Arrow in the last season, and all that was nothing but a jumping off point for his daughter.
Yep.
And where did that go? And that is a prime example of what you don't do in a series. I mean, you want to do that for an episode or two, okay, that's fine. We all have spin-off stuff that you don't, that may or may not work. Okay, that's fine. But don't do that in a character's death. His daughter was nowhere to be found. Don't have her be there. We don't know her and don't care. Especially when half of her story in the previous season was told in the flashbacks. So that was completely disrespectful to a character who built an entire universe. Love it or hate it, got to give credit where credit's due.
Don't get me started on the Crisis, because you'll get me start ranting about what they did to my Batman, Kevin Conroy, and I won't stop.
Oh my God!
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
You say don't get me started. Yeah, you go bring it up so we all get started.
Yeah,
And
let's
it's not
let's sit there and kick Kevin Conroy against a computer that he's owned for the last fucking 30, 40 years and watch his ass fry, knowing he's been touching that shit in the Batcave all this time. Yeah, let's believe that, right?
Yep.
Well, you had so many people come in that were a part of the 90s Flash. You had John Wesley Shipp come in as not only as Barry's dad, but later as the original Flash. You had what's her name? Amanda
Hug and Kiss.
Pays, I think her name is. That was the head of Star Labs. God, I can't remember her name.
Amanda Pays did play her, Tina McGee, right?
Tina McGee, thank you. Come in and play Tina McGee. You had all this honoring. They honored the 1999 series, and I loved that. They honored all of that, and then they killed that Flash. They killed that Flash from Flashpoint.
They
did it in such a shitty way.
Man, when they killed him, I fucking threw the remote, man. I couldn't fucking believe that shit, bro. Man.
And that's the big difference. That is the difference between the first couple of seasons of The Flash, honoring those past characters, having the actors and actresses come back. Having Mark Hamill come back was just, I was like, holy shit, y'all really did it. Y'all really brought him back.
Well, they went to such great lengths in the Crisis. They brought back that lady from Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you have watched that.
Yeah, I got that series on DVD. It's hard to find.
Yeah,
it's not the movie. Okay.
Yeah.
You ever seen the intro to that? Where it shows Joker killing the Bat, Joker killing Batman, and that's a part of the intro to the show. Every fucking episode, you're watching the Joker kill Batman.
Oh, nice! Wow.
Yeah, it's
they actually stuck they stuck Dina in the repainted Alicia Silverstone. Back, yeah,
they had like a teenager. I was like, what the fuck is this? And actually, so what we saw was the Huntress that showed up in that was a chick that they used. She was actually in a lot of WWE movies. That chick that they used for the Huntress. If you think about it, remember when The Rock did they were all WWE funded movies. When The Rock did the movie where he was where he had the 2x4.
The Walking Tall remake?
Yeah, exactly. It was his girlfriend. Her name is, I think, isn't it Amanda some shit?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but she was in there, and then she was also with John Cena when he did the first movie that he did. They had like a couple of spin-offs with that other WWE wrestler. What the fuck, man?
Yokozuna?
Tuna. Yoko Tuna.
The Marine.
Oh, Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, Sergeant Slaughter.
Isn't that the Marine?
Nah, come on, man.
No, I'm thinking the actual wrestler that was in the military. I'm actually thinking Sergeant Slaughter, not the Marine, the movie. My bad. I gotta.
Or it was that movie where it was that countdown movie that fucking John Cena had, if I'm not mistaken. What was that fucking movie?
the point I was trying to make is they honored
Ashley
the
Scott.
characters. They honored the characters. They honored the actors and actresses. And it just seemed like when they got to Crisis. Vance, did you ever hear that interview that Michael Rosenbaum did about why he was not in that?
Yeah.
Why he turned that down?
Yeah, because they didn't give him a script, and he was like, "Nope, if you're not going to tell me what I'm doing, I'm not coming back." Which to me, I'm like, that guy is the very definition of Lex Luthor. Like you would want him back. And for me personally, I was very pissed off at the Tom Welling. Like, I know that the guy wasn't going to be wearing the suit, which I was like, that's the only thing I really wanted out of the Crisis. So I was, of course, disappointed. But like, I would have loved to have seen Michael Rosenbaum as Lex come back, because those two defined why I even liked Superman to begin with.
Yeah,
and I was really. What's that?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll speak after you.
Like I really want to have seen Clark and Lex come back. That would have made not seeing Clark in the suit worth it. You know, okay, I can understand that, but like, for him to not come back, because okay, hey, come back for this, but we're not going to show you a script, man. That as an actor myself, I wouldn't do that, because whenever someone offers me a part, I'm like, sure, I'm interested, but let me see a script. If you can't show me a script, I'm never going to take you seriously, because you have nothing to show me. And
Right.
and to me, how could you not show him a script?
Well,
Seriously?
John Snyder turned down a guest spot for the same reason.
Oh, they offered him too. I didn't know that.
From my understanding, it was supposed to be when they were hopping through the alternate Earths, he was supposed to like stand up from working on the tractor and be like, "Are y'all Clark's friends?" And they're like, "Oh, we're in the wrong place. Look, get the hell out of here," and leave. And it would have been at the farm. You would have seen John Schneider as Jonathan Kent at the farm. And it was all these little things that I'm like, man, y'all had this opportunity to do this all these kick-ass things, and you screwed it up. And the thing with Kevin Conroy, that wasn't even supposed to be Kevin Conroy. That was supposed to be
Michael Keaton, wasn't it?
Michael Keaton, yeah, because he killed the Joker. And after he killed the Joker, he went around killing all the superheroes in the world.
He got addicted. They literally explain it in there, like he got addicted, like it was like cocaine or something, and he got addicted to killing the people, and he couldn't stop.
You know what's funny is the Superman that's in Michael Keaton's universe is Nicolas Cage.
Oh
God!
No! Hear me out.
No. The Nicolas Cage.
Tim Burton was doing that Superman movie. So the thing is, if Tim Burton would have came off with his Superman movie, Nicolas Cage would have been the Superman to Michael Keaton's Batman.
Yes, do it.
I thought Nicolas Cage was supposed to be the one they brought in with what's his name's movies, the Batman movie, the ones we just got, Dark Knight. Dark Knight Rises, all that. Christian Bale. Nicolas Cage, because you remember when they did the Omega Man movie.
No.
With what's his name?
Remake.
Will Smith, yes, remake.
I Am Legend or whatever.
You see that Batman Superman symbol? That was the plan. Christian Bale wasn't supposed to go on and do those two movies. He was supposed to go on, and Superman was supposed to come after him after the death of Harvey Dent. So Harvey Dent was supposed to die in Dark Knight, and then Superman was supposed to go after him in Dark Knight Rises. They were going to do the Frank Miller story.
So we got the Dark Knight Rises.
Well, see, the whole thing to it is when Nicolas Cage was supposed to have been doing that Superman movie, that was right around the time of Tim Burton's Batman. So that's why for you to say, well, I'm not saying this is your fault, but the whole thing to it is for Nicolas Cage to have been the Superman around
Christian Bale.
Christopher Nolan's Batman. It's too many years in between, because by that time Nicolas Cage was already starting to be washed up. But if you look at, they have footage. Nicolas Cage was young with a fucking
the mullet.
Yeah, with the mullet.
Amazing.
He was young, but that was from way back then.
I thought
Okay.
it was a meme. I thought it was a Photoshop edit. That
No,
was
no, no,
real.
no, that was real shit.
It did look terrible. Oh my god, it looked
It's
terrible.
amazing.
Yeah. That was it was from back then. It was from around the time of when Michael Keaton and Tim Burton was doing Batman. That was when Nicolas Cage was supposed to have had his shot, and they scrapped it. But as you see, man, years later, the fucking picture's resurrected. It was always like a myth until the actual photos started popping up and people started realizing like, yo, this shit is real. And then when they started seeing the script show up online, then that's when they knew like, yo, this shit was actually, some real shit.
Do you remember when they did Con Air? Remember when he gets off the bus and he looks up in the sun and he's like, like the Gerber baby? Can you imagine him in space looking up?
I want like full, unfiltered, like raw Nicolas Cage style Superman. I need that.
I want to add something that I probably said before, but you're talking about the Keaton Batman. A fact people sometimes don't remember is that Steven Seagal was actually considered for that role that Keaton got.
Steven!
Really?
Yeah, it's actually true. He was actually not me. I'm too fat. He was actually considered to play Batman. So imagine if we got Steven Seagal Batman with his arms flailing from side to side in a pirate shirt,
and Nicolas Cage Superman.
Someone get my bat pies out of the oven.
I need this movie. How much money do I need for it
if
to
someone
happen?
has the ability to rotoscope, like it's like even just a segment of like when they're on the Watchtower, you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight, but have, let's say, Seagal's face on Batman and put Nicolas Cage's face on Joker just for the hell of it, you would have a hilarity right there.
Oh my god!
Can you picture it now?
I need it as like I need to be a very
even
seriously
Batman,
taken movie, not
or
a
even
parody.
Batman versus Superman, and just put them on Affleck and Cavill.
I need this now. I need someone talented. Give me
Loki's
this.
thinking right now. Loki's thinking. He's like,
actually, there's been a few rumors stating that when the Flash goes through the multiverse in his movie, he might, because this is the thing, he's going through Michael Keaton's
yes
Batman, which
Keaton
means you might, because the fans are requesting it, you might see Nicolas Cage.
I need this. Yeah,
you might see it, but see, no, he's not. It's something like you'll see him in passing. Like he's not gonna, it's not something like like you'll see him and he'll have like an actual part. But the thing is to recognize that in Michael Keaton's universe as Batman, that Nicolas Cage was the Superman.
Yes.
So that's the only thing. Like you see a picture of him or something to reference him, or you might actually see him suit up for that shit.
Yes.
Because I heard they actually are considering coming to talk to him just to make a guest appearance and show up. Because we're supposed to be in that movie. We're going to see so many things from 30, 40, 50 years ago all the way to now, and things that we would never expect to see. They're supposed to throw so much shit in this movie. The Easter eggs are going to be out of control.
It's like the Doctor Strange movie. How there are it's the Doctor
Strange
Strange or the Spider-Man movie that has like 50 cast members a part of it, like mainline cast people, like all the Spider-Mans and then all these other people, like Jesus Christ. Can you imagine the poster where it's like the top part where you have all the main actors and it's like half the posters?
Imagine this. Wait, imagine this. Imagine Nicolas Cage, full red and blue Superman outfit, sitting on the Ghost Rider motorcycle, plowing down through the sky. While Loki finds another fat Steven for saying something so stupid while quoting Wing Commander.
I need this. I need Ghost Rider mullet Superman Nick Cage. And not worked out. Like I don't want him rich. I want him normal Nick Cage.
See what you did, Steven. See what you did.
I love you. I love you so much right now. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me, boss. Please don't kill me.
I feel like I need lightning in the background because I'm like maniacally laughing.
I want to tell you, Ghost Rider was one of my favorite comics to read when I was a kid. I probably loved Ghost Rider more than Wolverine and all the rest of them. On the Marvel
Blaze or Catch?
Blaze.
Okay.
But it was the motorcycle, that pointed wing, that pointed nose, and I loved all that shit. And to see him just.
I love it. That's why I did it. That's why I did it.
I was like, you have made this a meme, you son of a bitch.
Ha!
Screw you, Speaker for the Dead. Screw you, Speaker for the Dead.
You know, we can actually change it from Wing Commander to Bruh Commander.
Oh, bruh, Commander. Bruh. Cupcake, bruh. Cupcake, bruh. Cupcake, bruh.
Hey, I like a cupcake, bruh. And 24, I was trying to ask earlier, was it the 2019 movie called Countdown? I asked you in the private chat because I literally didn't. I thought you were talking about Sergeant Slot. I'm so sorry. He's ignoring me now. Thank you for the awkward silence. I'm going to go bruh commander myself.
So.
Oh, wow.
Tonight,
thanks for the segue. Thank you
Oh my
so
God,
much for
what
that
did
segue.
I come back into? What happened?
Tonight on the Male Gaze. Can you hang
Amber
around for this?
Heard?
Can you hang around for this, Vance?
Sure.
Okay. Tonight on the Male Gaze.
Is it Mira?
It is Mira.
All right.
Amber Heard. All right.
That's not Amber Heard. There's no poop in the water.
Oh no.
That is the
Also not Amber Heard.
fully articulated statue you can buy.
Blow that shit up.
Wow.
That's actually really pretty. I like it.
Yes, it is.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely. They did
Pretty
great
bro.
work.
You know?
The hair, that's a statue. The hair looks real. Are
That's
you
a statue.
kidding me?
No, that is a statue.
Yeah, with brushable hair.
Brushable hair. Geeky is a. Oh, brushable hair.
Oh, shit. Nah.
Why does she look like
I
she's
don't
about
know.
to start? She looks like she's about to start a fight.
She only got 4 fucking fingers. What the fuck we supposed to do with that?
No, she has 5 fingers. What are you talking about?
Bullshit. Ain't no 5
No,
fingers.
No,
look
no,
at the
no.
other
The
hand.
pinkies are bent. The pinkies are bent.
Nah, that motherfucker
Yeah.
just
No, they're right
invisible at
there.
the
No,
moment.
she has full hands.
It's
She can get a good
weird.
grip.
I blame the artist for drawing that so shit, but there are 5
Got
fingers.
fucking hands like Nightcrawler. What you talking about?
Oh, she's a bear crawler.
Blow that shit up.
Blow that shit up.
There you go.
No,
Amber
get it off
turn.
the screen. No, get it off the screen. What the fuck?
Why she was? I really did like her as like Mira, but man, she's such an awful person. I can't.
She did a great job as Mira. She did a great job. She just it's just
Horrible
She's just a terrible bitch. Like it's just.
Is the one on the right on drugs?
It's possible. I don't know.
No,
her personally.
blow that
She
shit
has
up,
to
Linda.
tell
Let
me.
me see the other one. What?
There you go.
Nah. What's happening? No.
Ah.
I mean, I'm fine with Jason Momoa.
Y'all going too fast.
I'm good with that.
Those are round tits.
You know.
Ah.
Blow that shit up.
Nice.
It's like I
I
don't know.
love redheads.
Amber Heard is
Oh,
pretty.
shit.
She's just so ugly on the
That's not
inside.
Amber
that
Heard.
That's not her,
I'm not
though.
talking.
That's not
Okay,
her.
good. I'm glad we all agree that's not Amber Heard.
But it doesn't
I'm talking
matter
about
how
Amber
pretty
Heard.
Getting
you are.
mouthy.
Yes. I
Getting
am.
so mouthy tonight.
How dare I?
But it doesn't matter how pretty they are if their soul is and their
Okay.
attitude is completely shitty,
If
pun
y'all-
intended.
If y'all listened to me, you would have
Pardon?
heard that I said that it's a shame she's so attractive because her on the inside she's so
Yeah.
shit.
But she's not.
Like-
But once you
Good
realize,
point.
okay, but I agree with that. But Eris, once you realize how much of a shitty person she is on the inside, the outside attractiveness means nothing.
Okay,
That
sorry.
one's just for you, 24.
I
That's
got
what you were saying.
distracted
Whoa.
by the Photoshop.
Is that Mara
Get
or
the
watermelons with a
Outta
wig?
here.
No,
What?
that's Photoshop.
Hey, everybody, y'all,
Nice photo.
hey, y'all look away. Y'all look away.
No,
What are you?
okay.
What you're going on camera for this? What?
No,
No,
this is
Amaranth?
not
you know, this is, you know that.
Somebody,
That one's
Photoshop.
just for you, 24.
Is
Yeah,
that
yo,
Photoshop?
blow that shit up.
Hey,
The
chat,
butt looks messed up.
Hit that-
So does the boob.
There you go. Hit
well,
that
that's what I'm
button.
saying.
Go
It's
up.
Photoshop.
There you go. Yeah.
It's Photoshop. That's very
Oh, shit.
Photoshop.
That is so Photoshop. The butt looks like it's trying
It's
to
distorted.
Yeah,
Face
exactly.
itself has been
What
distorted.
were you doing, Loki?
the
Shit.
face almost looks like Amaranth that they
Yo.
photoshopped
I
on.
like the freckles. The freckles.
Yo.
Like it's just it.
Yo, wait a minute, blow that shit up. What's going on?
What's his name?
What do you mean
His
his
name.
name?
Uh-huh.
I mean,
what's up, homie?
Got
I think it's a
eyeballs.
blue. I think it's the blue that doesn't work for her.
Yeah.
Oh,
sometimes,
so-
especially when they're not matched.
Wow, that's that.
There she
nah.
is.
Which mean the blue doesn't work? So basically, if you looked at her painted nails and then like her toenails didn't match her, and her toenails didn't match her fingernails, and they were like red and plum. That means you wouldn't fuck with her.
No.
No.
24. What I'm saying is the costume that takes away from the cosplay because the color doesn't suit her skin tone.
Yeah, some people, if you're not like, whenever you're cosplaying, you have to be careful because your skin, like you have undertones in your skin, and if it doesn't work with the costume, and no matter what wig you put on, it doesn't matter. So
Even marketing the entire screamed in caps. That's a man.
But shit, I mean, it ain't gonna stop you from giving her that old ham sandwich. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Maybe I have
that
higher.
Blow that shit up. Man.
No, I'm not saying that 24. I'm just saying like every person has a different type of attractiveness, and if they see something that kind of throws them off, it doesn't mean the person who's wearing the costume is ugly. It's the fact that the costume itself doesn't suit the figure.
Yo, I like
that's
twins.
not a good cosplay for that person, basically.
Looks like she
I like
robbed
twins.
Poison Ivy.
They're twins.
No, it's the same girl twice, isn't it?
I think it's the same person.
Probably the same girl twice.
Nah, one's taller than the other. It's twins.
Okay, well, she's probably on her tippy toes to pop her ass out.
I ain't mad at her.
I'm just saying, there's like ways to do that.
It's not twins. They're the same person.
Yeah.
Because I've got different. Yeah. They just tried to meld the two pictures together.
You heard that
Got her
noise?
shoulders back to pop the boobs out, and she's like making. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
I think the green looks. I think the green costuming looks better with the hair. I don't think it looks as good with the blue, and I think there's actually starting to be consistent. I don't like the blue costume as much as I like the green and gold one.
Oh, blow that.
That is
shit
cool.
up. Hey,
Damn.
man. Yeah, for real. Let me see the face. Holy moly. Damn, she's hot though.
Mm-hmm.
24, I swear, I don't know what to do with you sometimes.
Yo, man, give me that picture, man. You know what I'm like?
No, I don't want to give you anything, but you know.
I pretty much feel like it's 24/7 libido, and I love it because he's like, yeah. And also, Loki, you need to slide in a picture, so he's going, yeah.
Yeah, the green looks so much better.
There's
Yeah,
the green version of that.
The green
blue
looks so
outfit.
much better than the blue, yeah.
Man,
It's
what's up
the
with that?
contrast. Yeah, the contrast between the red hair and the green. It works.
Yup, honk that horn. That's what's up. That's what we talking about. Blow that shit up.
Too much yellow, not a fan.
She's got a similar outfit to one we saw earlier, except this almost looks like plastic instead of that dark brown metal.
Yeah,
All right, gentlemen,
it's supposed to be like
I have to go, so I will have to call you guys later.
Vance, thank you so very much, brother, for giving that. Vance Major Owen, guys, check him out. No Budget Productions. He does Star Trek fan films and all kinds of other stuff. Reviews on his channel. Check him out, guys. The link will be in the description and in the chat. Thank you, brother, for being here.
Take care, Vance. Nice meeting you, man.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, guys.
Take it easy, bro.
Talk to you guys again. Take care, guys.
Nice to meet you.
All right, you too.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
But yeah,
blow that shit up, man. Quit fucking around.
Do it.
Yeah, let's do. There you go.
I don't like this costume.
The female
Girl's pretty,
Aquaman.
but I mean, I don't like the orange tiger print for some reason that she has going on. That's weird. I don't get that one.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't need you to.
You're not muted anymore, Steven. You accidentally unmuted yourself.
Oh
no, I was with the mic.
Yeah,
on.
He was like,
I liked her figure. I liked the way her face shape was, but the costume needed work.
All right, the watermark S. Is,
it's Amaranth. Get it off the screen. No.
She got the S on the
when I see her, all I can say is, "Ha ha, demonetized."
I don't think that's Amaranth.
You sure?
I don't know what Amaranth
but I don't
looks
think so.
like. I just know
I'm not
what
100%
she
sure.
Yo,
not 100% sure, bud. But,
yeah, that's great. Great costume. I love it.
She's cute, man. That's right. Check that shit. Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
It's her.
Okay.
That's a different one.
Yup.
No, I'm looking on my Google.
Okay, fair enough.
Again, in the green, not the blue.
Yeah,
You know, I
that's
have
her.
one complaint. It's the fact that in this pose, I can tell that it's like a one-piece costume, and she's not wearing shoes. And I don't know, that's weird to me.
Yeah, she's
It looks
barefoot.
like a
Blow that
onesie.
shit up.
It looks like a onesie because I can
Yup.
see it. So if it would have cut off, or if she would have had a different pose that didn't show the fact of
Well,
like,
look
the
on that
costume,
wall.
I don't know.
You literally, Loki, you don't even need to show the whole body. But all you gotta do is crop out the chest and down and the butt, and he's fine. You can do the whole like the male gaze literally.
Nah, come on, man. What you talking about, man?
Oh, come on, man. I know you got a healthy. Come
Nah,
on.
come on, man.
Okay, maybe a little bit of hair.
What?
Like a clump.
Whatever they're talking about,
Come on,
I'm
clump.
not
I don't know.
getting involved in it.
Like a clump of hair.
Yeah, a clump of hair. Like, you know, I'm
Guys,
put it
I
in the
want to know what
basket
you're
and
doing with the
lotion.
clump of hair. Stop it. Stop.
I make my own voodoo doll.
Yep, with that clump.
She actually looks good in that. It looks more warrior than actual costume.
Yeah, man.
I-
Blow
Yeah, I
that
was
shit
gonna
up,
say,
man. I'm trying to figure out.
warrior.
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck she doing with that hat.
What do you mean
Look at
hat?
the hat.
That's not a hat.
Bullshit, that motherfucker. It looked like
my
a hat.
god!
Hey, nah, for real, blow that. The hat.
Okay, you Google the word hat, and when you come across
Nah.
something that looks like that,
on,
then I
nah,
want
nah,
you
let
to
that work. Nah.
let me know.
Thank
Don't keep.
She has nice eyes too, though.
She does.
Yeah, the makeup's
Yeah.
amazing too. It's really
Yo.
good. It's minimalistic without like overtaking it. I like it.
Where you at, 24?
What the
What's up,
fuck?
Mike?
What the
I don't
fuck?
know. I think we lost it.
Yeah, you're right. She's cute, man.
Oh, that's it. That's it. That's all we got.
No.
What?
Is it? We've already gone 2 hours,
We've already
guys.
got-
This has
yeah.
been like one of the better episodes.
Yo. Oh, no.
No, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Make it forget.
24, you can go back and rewatch the stream and pause for
You can-
however
yeah,
long
you
you
don't
so
even have to-
desire.
You don't
Tell
even
me
have to
where,
pause it.
tell me
you
when.
can play it at 0.25
No,
play speed.
Keep going.
Don't placate him.
There you go.
Hell no. Yep. Right. Yep. There you go. That's
Well,
it. Right
oh,
It looks like a fruit roll up through
All
it.
right,
That's
I
what
guess
I'm
we
talking
now
about.
know 24 is an ass man. Excellent. I needed to know that to die. Excellent.
Well,
So what about them Powerpuff Girls? Yeah.
I mean, no.
Talk about
No.
Powerpuff Girls next week. Thank you all so very much for being
Yeah.
here, hanging out with us. Before we get out of here, we have got a $1.99 super sticker
Yay.
from Mags, and it is a heart. Thank you so very
Aw.
much, Mags.
Yay.
And we've got a $2 super chat from Psychodorf9 that I cannot highlight because I lost it. I'm so sorry, Psychodorf9. He said, if you don't have the reader by page 2, you've lost. That is so very true. Thank you, Psychodorf9 and Mags, for those super chats. You guys keep the fires burning bright in Valhalla. Skull!
Blow that shit up.
Blow that shit up.
We will be back tomorrow for
Oh,
Women
my
of the
goodness.
Fandom with Mara Jade. Our special
my
guest
God.
tomorrow morning is Mara Jade.
Yeah, I
And-
love her.
We will be talking with her about what got her into YouTube, how it's been going, how everything's flowing, and
I'll think I'm bad, man. Mara Jade.
then I am going to be gone, so we're going to have a best of episode on Thursday morning. There will not be 7 Kinds of Mischief on Thursday night, and then the show will return on Friday with Mexican Iron Man hosting Mornings of Mischief for one morning and one morning
no.
only, and then we will be back on Monday. There, we are going to have a Saturday movie watch party. We're going to be watching Transformers, the original animated movie. You got the power.
You got my pies in the oven.
Oh, it's so cringe. I'm so excited.
Dare to give Steven a fucking nugget now. Dare, because he's gonna bite your fucking hand off.
You
if you
feel
try.
Eris screaming at people at night. Tonight.
Wait, why am I screaming? Fat Steven, you need to stop with your innuendo. I gotta tell you.
We
Not
will be
that type
back.
of screaming.
Of course, this comic book roundtable has been accomplished with Clobberin Times, Pat Steven Skull, 24/7 Fusion Media, and Eris of Chaos, with our special guest, Vance Major Owen, who will all have a link in the description and in chat. If you guys check them out in chat, sub to these wonderful guys. They kick ass. They love doing what they're doing. I know Clobberin Times loves talking comics. Steven loves being fat. Eris loves talking Wonder Woman, and 24/7 is constantly saying, "Blow that shit up."
That's right.
Blow that shit up.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how we do it.
Insulting everybody. Okay, that's my favorite thing.
Everybody take care and have a great one. And we will catch you guys
Night,
next
everybody.
week on the Comic Book Roundtable.
Yay.
Peace.
Blow that shit
Oh
up.
my god.
Blow that shit
Blow it
up.
up.
That's right.
Blow it up.
These videos
Get that shit and pies out of my oven.
like, comment, and
Blow that shit
subscribe,
up, Loki.
and hammer that notification
This was brought to you by
bell.
Amber Turd. I hit every bed.